Okay, in this worked example, we've got a set of sales data, and the question we're asking is, have the sales staff met their weekly target? Now, in this instance, the weekly target is 25. So what we're going to do is, again, use an if-then-else statement, construct a test to test each sales amount in our sales table. And the test we're going to do is basically, has the sales amount exceeded or equal to the target? And if it has, then flag it as yes. In other words, it's met the target. And if it hasn't, flag it as no. In other words, that staff member has not met their sales target. Now we're going to use a combination of relative and absolute references in this example. So in the previous examples we've done, we've used relative references, but we've not used absolute references. Now, what we're going to do is use an absolute reference, but actually make it really, really useful. So using this absolute reference, we're going to create a dynamic way to update our results by using what I call a threshold variable, which is basically not as complicated as it sounds. It's just a more targeted term for an absolute reference in this specific instance of the formula we are building. Now, this is a really good way to semi-automate typical sales reports, which have frequently changing weekly targets. And I'll show you how easy it is when we actually go through it. Okay, so just taking a quick look at our data, we've got our staff members here and their sales amount. Now, I've typed out our formula already here, and I've got our formula text, which is basically just displaying the formula here. Now, this is just to make it a bit easier when we're explaining our threshold variable. Okay, so what is our test? Well, we are testing for the sales amount. If it's greater than or equal to our target of 25, flag it as yes. In other words, you've met your target. And if it hasn't met the target, flag it as no. So basically, if it's under 25. Now, our test condition here is D73, which is here, greater than or equal to. And this is the key, folks. We are using an absolute reference, F70, which is here. Now, this is our target threshold. So just to explain a bit about this concept. Now, the idea is when you type your formula in, these formulas automatically calculate themselves. When you make a correction to your sales data, you update your sales data, or you remove entries from your sales data, they will automatically recalculate every time. Now, if your sales target, for example, changes, let's say it changes every couple of weeks, and you've got this in your formula. Now, typically, you would have to go into your formula, change your sales target number, and then drag down and update the rest of your formulas. Now, you can do that, but there's also a bit of a more user-friendly way, and this is what I call using threshold variables. So this basically is just creating a space in your spreadsheet somewhere where you can define the target just by typing it here, and then creating an absolute reference, and then just linking it to that cell that you've defined a target for. So what's the benefit of this, you might be asking? Well, I'll show you. So what I'm going to do, first of all, is just type out the formula just to break down what it looks like when you type, and then I'll explain the benefit of actually using an absolute reference in this instance. Okay, so equals if. Now the test we're doing is basically if this cell is greater than or equal to our target cell. In other words, our threshold target of 25. And in this instance is actually this cell here. So I've selected that. Now, as it stands right now, it's not an absolute reference. So what you need to do, if you refer back to one of the previous lectures we did, you basically just need to toggle the F4 key until you get the absolute reference. So it's fixed both in column and both in row. Right. Then you press comma. Then you type in yes, because if it has met its target, then we flag it as yes, and if it hasn't, we flag it as no. Okay. Now, the beauty in this is once we press enter, it will calculate the result for David Kent, and then we are going to drag it down, the formula, to update the other entries. Now, because this bit here is fixed, F70, it will constantly refer to this cell here, while this bit here, this cell reference, is relative, so it will constantly go down by 1 and test for each of these entries, which is what we want, because we want to test for each of these entries, but we don't want our target threshold to go down. So if this wasn't absolute, as you know, if you drag this down, it would look at this cell, then that cell, then that cell, which would produce errors. So that's why we fixed it as an absolute reference. Okay, so I'm going to press enter. Right, I'm just going to center that. Okay, so we've got no. So David Kent has failed because 15 is less than 25. So we've got our first result, or second I should say. Now I'm just going to drag it down. Right. So we've got our results here. And just to check, do a quick spot check, 34 is greater than 25. So Jim Stone has passed. Ellen Davids, she got 24. That's just under 25, but it's a fail still. So she hasn't met her target. So the formula works. Now, it's all down to this absolute reference bit here. So what's the advantage of using this sort of setup? Well, it's very easy to change the threshold without having to double click into your formula and then update the rest. Like, as in drag them all down again. So let's just say I change the target now to 10. Make it really low. You see that? All I've had to do is just change one cell. I don't have to change any of the other formulas or change one and then drag it all the way down to update the rest, because we haven't hard-coded that figure in. So because we made it an absolute reference, it's just referring to that cell. So you see the benefit here, folks. It minimizes the time you have to actually input data and update. So the reason I say it's semi-automatic is because you're not actually fully automating it, because you still have to set a target, but you've semi-automated it because once you've done that one change, the rest of the formulas will just update on their own. So just to give you an example of what it's like without a target threshold, if I double click into this formula and just replace that as 25. So we're going to go back to our previous target. Okay, so let's say this is our formula. So if D73 is greater than or equal to 25. Now this is hard coded in. So if I want to update the rest of the formulas, I have to drag it down and it updates. Now let's say we got thousands of these staff entries. That means every time the target changes, we've got to change one formula, then update the rest, because we've hard coded in that value. So there's a bit of inefficiency there. It's far better to use this sort of threshold variable setup, because once you set it up, as in once you create that absolute reference and just update the formulas once so that they all get the absolute reference bit updated, then all you need to do is just change this cell here. So if I change that to 25 again, they all change. So you see the efficiency gain there. You're just changing one cell, that's it. You're not changing one cell of a formula and then having to update all the other formulas again. Remember, when you are doing Excel reports, it's often under a time constraint, under some deadline. So every little bit of time you can save makes you more productive and can free you up to do other tasks. So this is a way of combining some of the knowledge, what we've learned already. So we're combining elements of relative and absolute references, if then else statements, and we've introduced a new concept, which is based upon an existing concept of absolute references, where our new concept is threshold variables. Part of the benefits of having this sort of setup is that, say if the sheet you're doing, the report, has to go to somebody else who's not as proficient in Excel, then you're saving them the trouble of having to update formulas individually, and you're making the sheet more user-friendly by saying, here's a cell, you can set the target threshold, and you can use it to work out which staff would have passed at a certain target and which staff would have failed at a certain target. So it makes it very easy to actually carry out further analysis on your data without having to go to the extra steps of clicking in to one formula, then updating one, and then dragging it down to update the rest. Okay, so that concludes this lecture. Thank you for listening and watching. If there are any questions or queries, please feel free to reach out. Now, this is a fairly new concept we've introduced, so we're going to do one more example on it. And just again,